Alright, today we're not doing much different. We're just going to continue what we did yesterday, and if we had any questions on that, and if anybody wanted me to do another one for them, to walk you through it and explain everything again. Again, you are using Google Excel, or Google Sheets to do these, and I did link a copy for you in the classroom. So go ahead and open that copy, and then your instructions are the other document that's there that I see a couple of you are looking at right now. But basically you're going to use the tables below to create scatter plots, and then you're going to do some work with the scatter plot to determine what's all happening. So you do have 5 problems. Basically, I want you to do a problem per sheet. So if you look down at the bottom, you can adjust the number of sheets you have just by adding more sheets here and get a problem on each sheet. I did problems 1 and 2 yesterday, so you can review that video if you'd like to know how to do those ones. So I'm going to do number 3 with you today, and then I'm going to just see if you have questions you can email. And again, you can just copy and paste these right from the instructions, so you don't have to sit there and retype everything. So I'm just going to copy and paste number 3 over here. Again, I don't like the border, so I'm going to take it off. I don't think it really matters for you, and I'm just going to move it up 1. I want to delete that row and delete this row. And that way it's up there. This here is your independent variable, or your x value. This here is your y value. So you go ahead and just highlight them, go to insert chart, and it makes a chart for you. It basically graphs them. However, you don't want it as a line chart, you want it as a scatter plot. So you're going to come down here and find scatter. And there's your scatter plot for it. And there's the scatter plot I want from you. You're going to go to customize, you're going to go to series, you're going to come down, you're going to select trend line, so it puts the line of the graph there, and you are going to say linear, make sure it's on linear, and you want it to say use equation so you can get the actual equation from it. And then off to the side in some cell block you're going to write the equation, and please write it as a function. So it is f of x equals, and it's this thing right here. I got negative 2.16, so negative 2.16, and then that's asterisk means multiplication, so I'm going to hit times, and then I have a plus sign, and 4707. You should note that it does have negative slope. The line is going down as you move left to right, so I do have a negative slope there, which is pretty good. So once you get that, you are also going to tell me about its correlation, so we're going to write correlation here, and then underneath we'll type in the function for correlation, which is going to be equals correl, C-O-R-R-E-L. After you type that in, you're going to open up your parenthesis, you're going to select just your domain, which are the numbers. Don't select the label here, just the domain numbers. Hit comma, select your range numbers, close your parenthesis, hit enter, and you get your correlation. And you see it's kind of a it's not that strong of a correlation due to the fact that it is not that close to -1 here. But we do have a negative correlation, so we're going to say it's a negative, and we're going to say it is a, I don't know, a moderate correlation, we can say that. If you want to lean towards a strong correlation, you can. It's kind of an opinion at this point, but it's a moderate to strong correlation here. I guess I can say too strong in there if you want. A moderate to strong correlation. I think that's how you spell it. And that's pretty much what you're doing. It's that simple. Once you get the hang of it, go right for it. It's not too difficult. You just kind of plug it into the Google Sheets and have the Google Sheets do everything for you. Just make sure you know how to read things. So that was number 3. I think wasn't even in sheet 3. I did in sheet 5. Again, you can rename these, so I'm going to rename this problem 3. So that's problem 3 there. Go ahead and get all of them. I am going to go ahead and stay on while I do the rest. I'm probably not going to talk through much of it, but that way I have the answers so I can look and see if you're doing them right when you're done. This is problem 3. Let's get problem 1 here. Problem 2. This one. 4. And go ahead and rename this one problem 5. That's really all you do. So I'll start with problem 1. Again, I'm just copying and pasting the chart from your instructions. Paste it in there. I'm going to get rid of the border. And I'm going to get rid of that row. Highlight it. Say insert chart. There's my chart. Go to customize. Go to series. Scroll down. Make sure I click trend line. Make sure it's linear. And give me the equation for it. After that, come over here somewhere. Get my equation written there. F of x is equal to negative 1.06 x plus 92.3. Again, your slope here is going to be that negative 1.06. Your y-intercept is at 92.3, just like that. F of x equals mx plus b format. Underneath that, we're going to do our correlation coefficient, and again, that's equals correl, C-O-R-R-E-L, parentheses, select your domain, comma, select your range, end parenthesis, enter. There's my correlation. This one here has a negative correlation because it is a negative number, and it is strong because it's close to negative 1. So it is a negative strong correlation. And that's really all you got to do for problem 1. These should be getting fairly quick for you if you keep following along. Control copy, control paste it in there. Get rid of my borders. Delete that row, select it, insert chart, customize series, trend line, use equation. Get out of that. Our equation is f of x. Just clean up your signs here because it is plus a negative, which is just subtraction. So f of x equals 10.6x minus 20916. And you're looking at your y-intercept as negative 20,916, which makes sense because we started at year 180 here. So it is going to go down, and you are going to lose some estimate as you get that far down, but it is what it is. Just because we're counting by years here, and years really does not have an effect on sales. The year that it is currently does not affect the sales. So like 1990, that number doesn't really mean anything. Now, years in business, if this was like your second year in business, that might have some effect on your sales. Just because you've been around longer, people have known who you are and whether you're a good company or not. But the actual year 1990 really does not affect how much sales you have. Next is correlation. Correlation again, formula is equals correl, C-O-R-R-E-L, parenthesis, highlight your domain, comma, highlight your range, and parenthesis, enter. There's our correlation. This one here, it is a positive, strong correlation. Because again, we're very close to positive 1 there. And again, our correlation ranges between -1 and +1. -1 meaning a perfect inverse relationship, +1 meaning a perfect direct relationship, and 0 meaning there is really no relationship between them. So it's pretty close to 1, so we're going to say it's positive and strong. So that's problem 2. We just did problem 3 at the beginning. Problem 4 is looking like, again, copy it and paste it in there. Get rid of that. Delete that row. Highlight, insert, chart, customize series, trend line, make sure it's linear, and use equation. And it gives you everything. That's the beauty of this program. This program does a lot with functions, so just get used to using them. 0.64x plus 70.5. And again, this is coming right from here. I'm getting it right out of here. The asterisk sign does mean multiplication, and so does squishing things together. Just the computer needs to know you're multiplying, so it uses the asterisk. Here, you're not actually setting up a function. You're just telling me what the function of this line is. And then again, you have a correlation. And that's going to be equals CORREL, parentheses, select your domain, comma, select your range, and parentheses, enter. You get that. This one here is also a very strong positive correlation. So it's positive, strong, and correlation. And again, I know it's strong because it is close to 1. And even if you look at these dots seem to be pretty close together. They seem to be following this line very well. Let's see, last one is number 5. Control copy, control paste. I didn't want it that way. Undo, control paste. Take off the border. Delete that row. Select everything. Go to insert, chart. Customize series. Get your trend line. Show your axis, or show your equation, make sure it's on linear. This one's doing pretty good. Should be a pretty good correlation too. Just looking at it and seeing how the dots line up on that trend line pretty easily. So our function for that line, function for our trend line is f of x equals, I'm taking it right from here, 1.35 x. And then again, watch your sign. We're going to clean that up and just make that minus 31.4. And then we want our correlation. So underneath here, let's say equals CORREL, parentheses, select our domain, comma, select our range, and parentheses, enter. And here we're getting very close to 1. So this is a very strong positive correlation. So it's positive, strong correlation as well. And that's how you do them. Once you get those done, just hit the submit button. And as long as you use the Google Sheets that I gave you, it should go in. I'm going to rename mine. So now I have a master to grade yours off of. And again, you can rewatch this video if you need help on doing any of them. I walked you through all of them there. Pretty straightforward. Once you figure out where everything is and what each thing means, you should be good. If you have questions, send me an email, but that's it for today. You get that scatter plot done. If you have anything else outstanding, get that in. Kind of left it easy so you could work on some of your science today as well. But next week we will look a little more into it. So thanks for tuning in, and if you have questions, send me an email. Talk to you later. Bye.